I like boobs, but it's not the only thing I obsess about. An ass is nice once in a while, too. Hello, 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 my lovelies. Chris is here, and welcome back to a Cozy Book Nook. Last week we had The Spark in the Drive to read. I finished this book up in one day. It was an afternoon read. It was an easy read. It was not that enjoyable. So, basic plot summary. This twat of a high school kid decides to be selfish and fuck up a family's life. That's the gist of it. Yeah. Oh, you want more detail? Okay. So this high school kid takes an internship at a mechanic shop, becomes friends with the mechanic and his wife, goes to visit, ends up doing a good enough job that he gets a job offer. The mechanic and his wife, they had a kid that died of SIDS, and they were going through a rough patch in their marriage, and this kid takes advantage of it. It's not just the kid's fault, it's the wife's too. The wife ends up screwing the kid because she's lonely, and her husband doesn't know how to deal with the pain of losing the kid. They end up having an affair. While they're doing this at the shop, the mechanic shop, he's actually helping the mechanic. They end up fixing a super rare race car that belongs to a drug dealer. The drug dealer ends up getting shot, so they keep the car. Don't tell the authorities about it. Smart one, guys. They end up racing it every week. So that's what the high school kid and the mechanic are doing, while the high school kid and the wife are like boinking around. He becomes a little possessive, pushy bastard. He gets jealous of the husband because he wants the wife to leave the husband, and he ends up trying to frame the husband by stealing a car and putting it in his garage. What a wonderful person. Like, what kind of shitty person does this? Seriously. Do any of you know? Anybody? No? It all culminates into a giant fight. The high school kid tells the mechanic that he's boinking his wife, and the high school kid basically lies and says we're in love, blah 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 blah. And the mechanic isn't upset. He's actually happy. His wife's gonna be happy, but he takes the race car, goes to the racetrack, ends up flipping it, becoming a fucking human vegetable. The wife ends up getting pregnant, but oh, here's the kicker. The husband got a vasectomy after the loss of their first child, so you know it's the high school kids. So this wife is pregnant, has to deal with the vegetable of the husband, and she basically is like, leave us alone, don't come back. And that's the book. That is the book. This book is about a kid living out his stupid little fantasy and screwing up everybody's lives. Not only did he screw up the husband and the wife's, he ended up distracting one of the workers in the one of the workers in the mechanic shop, and the worker ends up getting his fingers cut off by a radiator fan. That's another one down. Oh, and the other mechanic working in there, his buddy Bobby or whatever, he ends up going back onto alcohol, and instead of fucking helping him and getting him back being sober, he just has beers with him and decides to start stealing cars with him. Like, really? What kind of friend are you? If you want to get angry for no apparent reason, just read this book. Okay, I hated this book. I did. It was a chore to read, and I don't recommend it. This book was man porn. It was every teenage little boy's fantasy with a bunch of crap thrown in. So not only did the story piss me off, but the actual writing kind of annoyed me too. Quite a few times when during dialogue, the author jumped around, and it was actually hard to follow the dialogue on who was saying what. It's a 2 out of 10. Oh my god, I hated this book. Between the man porn fantasy, the fucking jumping dialogue, he found things and just stuck with them. Like, do you know how many of the times I read about the tires chirping? Like, there was at least 15 times that he used that saying. Get a thesaurus. Oh, and you knew what was going to end up happening from the very beginning. You knew she was going to end up getting pregnant. It's 50 Shades of Grey for guys. I'm sorry. But 50 Shades of Grey is written better than this. Are guys really obsessed with boobs that much? Come on. Seriously. Like, I like boobs, but it's not the only thing I obsess about. An ass is nice once in a while too, but yeah. 2 out of 10. Didn't like it. Time to choose this week's book. Find a D6. Yes, I know, I'm a nerd. 5 books left in the to read pile. Respective 1 through 5. If I get a 6, I roll again. 1. Finally. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. So, I'm pretty sure most people know this. I was personally a fan of the original Pride and Prejudice, so zombies make almost everything better. 327 pages, 321 are story. There's 61 chapters. Mom gave me this for my 26th birthday. A little behind. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Jane Austen and Seth Graham Smith. Gonna end the video here. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And remember, guys, stay shiny and keep an eye out for the next video. Ciao!